Good morning. Good morning, YouTube. YouTube followers, good morning. I will wait for some people to jump in here so we can start later on today. I will be doing a live feed at Facebook mentioning exactly the same things that we are about to talk. So I will wait for some people to jump in here into the live feed. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. How's everybody doing? God bless you guys. I will wait. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice News. God bless everybody that is watching. God bless my country of Mexico, my city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for another day, for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see, and a mind that we can think. God bless every single one of you that you're watching. Thank you for joining me on this morning. I'm around 1 o'clock or 1:30 in the afternoon. I will be doing the live feed at Facebook, exactly the same one that I'm about to do right now, to explain exactly the same things that I'm about to explain right now. Wow. Every day in the morning I say this, man, because this year has been full of surprises. This fear that we are having for going out and voting in your side of town, in your country, people are having fear to go out and vote. This is amazing, the fear that they are having. And it has been a really smart tactic by the left. It has been a tactic that it has been working by the leftist, radicals, by, the left Democrats. It has been also, a way for people to, thank you so much, Joanna, Juan Alvarez, gracias, muchas gracias, Juana, un abrazo enorme, te mando. It has been, thank you for your contribution. Super chat is on the bottom for people that want to donate and contribute to my work. Thank you so much. God bless. And it has been something that has been really difficult. A lot of people are afraid, as again, not only the New York Times, but the Washington Post released yesterday. I said 30 million people have been registered in the votings. Right now, more than 30 million people in the United States of America have registered in the mail-in ballots. More than 30 million people. That is a horrific and scary number. Today, in the morning, they're speculating that 30 million is history, and now you got more than almost 40 million people that they have voted in mail-in ballots. Wow. Almost 40 million people that they have voted in mail-in ballots. I am really surprised at what I believe strongly that is a wrong number. I believe that is fake news, and that is, a made-up number, and it's a false number. I truly believe that. But it talks to you when these newspapers that they are worldwide known. These, this newspapers that they are, wow, they have a power in society, and they have a power in the world. when these newspapers release with so much boldness and no shame at all, when they release these kind of statements that the almost 40 million people have voted in mail-in ballots, it tells you how scary it's going to get. It's going to get really scary. I will tell you that. It's going to get really, really scary. It's not going to be your normal, typical today, walk in the park to go out there and vote. It's not going to be like that. It is not. And most importantly, for everybody, it tells you that, I don't know, but a lot of U.S. American people, United States citizens, I don't know if they're giving up on their constitutional rights. This is your God-given constitutional right to go and exercise your vote in person. If you guys don't exercise your vote in person, they are watering down your constitution. The elite, these people that have created this virus, to depopulate the world, decrease the population, and ultimately, to make you believe that the Constitution is not how it's supposed to be, that is wrong, that you can actually mail in your ballot, to accustom next elections, not only for Senate, but next elections for mayor, next elections for governor, to mail in your vote. Why you gotta get out there, man? Why? It's COVID out there. It's COVID. They're the future pandemics, as the World Health Organization and the head chief of international relations of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, said, this is not the first pandemic that is going to come. People need to understand that there's going to be future pandemics. Thank you so much, Miss Karen Jones. Thank you so much. God bless your heart. God bless you. Seriously, I send you a huge heart. Thank you for your $20 contribution. Super chat is on the bottom for people that want to donate and contribute to my work. And this is the most amazing thing. This is the most amazing thing about this. That besides the fear tactic, and besides that everybody's voting in mailed-in ballots, they're actually letting you know that, like Antonio Guterres, the head chief of external relations of the United Nations, like Antonio Guterres, have said, we don't understand what the meaning of isolation is. It has come down to that we don't understand what isolation means. So now I have to understand what isolation means to these elite and globalist people. Now I have to submit my humanitarian right to these animals. And now I have to understand that I have to be afraid every time, because there's going to be a pandemic every year. And people, this is the number. The number comes to all different types of topics. When you talk about 40 million, almost 40 million people that they have voted due to mailed-in ballots, it tells you, amazingly, how America right now is being attacked by the interior, by the inside. There's been records that United States Postal Service people have been caught selling mail-in ballots. There's been records, and there's been, arrest with people burning mailed-in ballots. There's been, locations where they have found bags with mailed-in ballots. What kind of elections are these? What kind of election are these? It's amazing. It's unbelievable. Iran on the open saying that they support and they endorse the leaders, the radical leaders of Iran, and the openly saying that they support Joe Biden. What kind of country is turning the United States of America? the most powerful country that existed, patriotic country that existed. Scary. Scary because as a foreigner, I am a foreigner to your country. I'm a Mexican citizen that loves your country, by the way. But as a foreigner, you live on the other side of the coin, and you see how the United States of America is watering down to become one of all. There's no difference. And they're trying to make it one of all. Exactly as all the same. That is the communist system, and that is their ultimate goal. To kill the United States of America, to make it go down into their knees. Scary. But this is the time, this is the perfect time when United States citizens need to exercise their right. They need to exercise their constitutional right. Don't be scared. What are you scared of? What? Look what they're doing right now to Madrid, the city of Madrid in Spain. They have a curfew now in Madrid in Spain. Curfew. Right now. As I told you, the numbers in Paris have increased enormously. In Paris, I told you, and I've been repetitive, and I've been repeating this, 29,000 infected people in less than 24 hours. That tells you how they're trying to put Paris on lockdown. Emmanuel Macron is part of this globalist agenda. And now that they're going to put Paris on lockdown, they already put a curfew on Paris. Now they're putting a curfew on, on Madrid, Spain. And now Ireland, that we were talking about this, 2 days ago on Facebook, Ireland just reported a high infected people of COVID. Now Switzerland has reported that they're infected. Switzerland, that they were free, that they were not enforcing the mask, that they didn't have no people infected with COVID. It was like a bubble, no COVID was going on in there. Now Switzerland is on lockdown, but most amazingly, now all these two countries, these European countries that I just told you, Ireland and Switzerland, now they have a curfew. Look what the New World Order is doing to us. What the Pope just said yesterday. That everybody that is Catholic and that is in love with the Catholic system, and I'm a Catholic, but that doesn't mean that I don't see that the Pope is a globalist. And what he said that is against the Bible, that is that homosexuals have the right to get to have a family because they're sons of God. I know they're sons of God, but you are contradicting yourself with the holy book that is your manual for every day to wake up. Is the holy book of the Bible. And now they're justifying what the Pope said with saying, oh no, he said to create a family because they don't have no humanitarian rights to be together with their family members because they're taking away their rights. To be in family and to be all of them, to have what everybody else has because they don't have it. For God's sake, I know people that they are, and let me just, I don't want to mess up the technicism, but I will tell you right now, I know homosexuals that they are extremely successful. That they are extremely successful. That they are lawyers, they are doctors. For God's sake, there are gay people that they're inside of the military. The reason that you have a sexual preference, it doesn't mean that you cannot be successful. What was the Pope? Stop justifying the Pope. Because the Pope was referring specifically to create a equal marriage with a man and women and women, and also to give them the right to have a family. He was referring to that. Stop justifying it. Because I know gay people, homosexuals, that they are extremely successful, not only here in Mexico, in the United States, and in the world. What the hell he was referring to? Your country. I'm going after, the Vatican. This because it's a mafia. The Pope. Homosexual people have nothing to do, and again, they're going to get attacked, but not even saying anything. But the Pope and the Vatican are contradicting themselves. If you go to work, example, and really, probably is a really stupid example, but if you go to work, when you get to your job, they tell you gotta, after you clock in, you have to do this, you have to do that, and there's a machine that you work. In this machine, you gotta push button A with button B for order to take you to button C, and from button C you take to button D, and from button D, you got the production line, and for the production line is ready, the product is ready. That's the system, that's the manual. Every day for you, button A, button B, button C, button D, production line. Button A, button B, button C, button D, production line. Every day, that's your manual. And one day you wake up and say, I'm jumping from button A to button D, and I don't want to do no B, C, and I don't want to do production. I'm just going to take it out like that. You're doing the job wrong. You're not going by what the book says or by the manual says. It is exactly what this, and I'm sorry for this, probably horrific example, but it's exactly what this man just did. Going against what he says in the Bible. Stop justifying the Pope. Universal fraternity, his words, consistently, every day, using them consistently. These words are Masonic words. Universal fraternity, consistently. Every Masonic member, every Freemason knows about the universal fraternity. Every leader and every elite, they are using this word, fraternal, universal fraternity. It's a globalist phrase. It's a globalist word. It is a way to identify yourself. Stop justifying the Pope. He said it, and everybody's taking it out of context. A lot of people, yes. Why? Because in order for you to give a statement like this, you have to explain yourself to society in these horrible and difficult times. You're pampering to the other part of society that it has failed, that they are, washed away or they are pulled away. You're pampering to that. It is the reality and it's the truth. God bless you all. Good morning to everybody. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice News. Thank you so much for joining. Super Chat is on the bottom for people that want to donate and contribute to my work. God bless. The audacity on Barack Obama. I hold a grudge against this guy. I never hold grudges, but against this guy, I really hold grudges. I really do. It is hard for me to digest when he speaks. It's really difficult for me to digest when he speaks due to the fact that he did two horrible things to my country of Mexico. He did two horrible things. And Barack Obama was speaking yesterday in favor of his ex-president, in favor of his ex-president that is Joe Biden, that now is running for president, that is Joe Biden. And Barack Obama was speaking, and he was he was saying all these things about the economy. We let a beautiful economy. We let to Donald Trump a great economy. But he's forgetting about all the mistakes that he has done. And he's forgotten about how he ruined our country of Mexico. That because of him and his relationship with the ex-president, Enrique Peña Nieto, we signed this globalist compact of immigration. Barack Obama was the one that had the globalist compact of immigration ready for Hillary Clinton for her to come in and sign it. But oh surprise, Donald Trump won, right? If it wasn't for Donald Trump, the borders will be open right now. But because of Barack Obama, Mexico signed the globalist compact of immigration. And Andres Manuel López Obrador, the president that entered on the next administration, he resigned it. He again signed it again. He signed it again. Not only that, Barack Obama, as I have repeatedly said, Barack Obama is the president that deported more Mexicans in history. I hold a grudge against him because of that. Not only that, the worst one that I hold a grudge on, Fast and the Furious. He infested our country with guns to supposedly have a control and a tracking, over every weapon. He actually gave, he actually fed the cartel more. I hold a grudge against him for that. But why doesn't he talk about his mistakes? More than that. He says that he gave the economy a great boost to the economy, and that Donald Trump is the one that is, living out of this great setup of the economy. Is it true? Let me read 5 mistakes of Barack Obama, plus the ones that I just told you, that he deported more Mexicans in history, and he infested our country with Fast and the Furious. Not only that, the enormous child trafficking that it was occurring in the Obama administration, more than 90,000 kids that were lost in 2014. Thank you so much. Tricky Bicky says, have you read Barano's letter to Trump? Obama has worked like Trump. Can you imagine now how fast the world will have recovered from 2008? Obama spent 8 years selling out to other countries. Yes, I agree with you. Thank you so much. Super chat is on the bottom for people that want to donate and contribute to my work. And not only that I was saying, but Barack Obama, he also not only infested our country with guns, the 90,000 kids that they were lost in 2014, and he implemented the cages. He was the one that implemented the cages. How cynical. Michelle Obama talking about cages, and the 545 kids that supposedly right now they're separated from their families. But I want to ask this question to all these liberals and activists that they are protesting for the 545 kids that they are separated right now from their families. I want to know why the people that they're out there, asking for these kids to be released, why they don't want to get a DNA test. They're violating their human right. Right? The International Commission of Human Rights, that's what you do. You're violating the human right. Why don't you take a DNA test? Because you know that is not your kid. Why does not Barack Obama mention these mistakes? First one, over-promising on the economic recovery. George W. Bush did a horrible job, even they had a recession on 26 and 27. And one of the mistakes of Barack Obama was over-promising on the economic recovery. And he said, how many times have we heard the president say that downturn 27 and 29 was the worst since the Great Depression? Here's the rub. Given that it took Franklin Roosevelt 10 years and a world war to fix a depression, why on earth would Obama compare our downturn to FDR's but promise to fix in a fraction of time? Consider that in February, the statement of NBC, Matt Lauer, if I don't have this done in 3 years, then there's going to be a term proposition. And why, given the worst downturn since the Depression? Point one of your greatest mistakes that you did was over-promising on the economic recovery. Your economy was not the greatest of all time. It's a lie. You're projecting like every socialist, every communist, and every leader. every communist leader. You are projecting. Mistake number 2, failing to fix the housing market. Another one. Then you made a huge mistake. Failing to fix the housing market. The bursting of the housing bubble 6 years ago has cost Americans more than $7 trillion in home equity and sparked the recession and the near collapse of the U.S. economy. Home prices have continued to fail since Obama was inaugurated and now stand on 2022 levels. Another mistake that you haven't said, and you were not speaking that day, yesterday, on the Biden rally, or whatever it was. You were not speaking about failing to fix housing market. 3, ballooning the deficit. In April 2010, the president launched a much-hyped deficit reduction commission headed by Republican Alan Simpson and Democrat Erskine Bowles. Obama claimed to take Simpson Bowles seriously. Once the bipartisan fiscal commission finishes its work, he told an Ohio crowd, "I will spend the next year making tough choices necessary to further reduce our deficit and lower our debt." The commission produced a plan to slash the deficit by $4 trillion over a decade. And what happened? Did you accomplish it? You didn't accomplish anything. Ballooning the deficit, number 3. Number 4, failing to stop Iran. Failing to stop Iran and giving them money. Of course, absolutely. Meanwhile, you have more than 500,000 homeless veterans in your country, more than 500,000 homeless veterans in your country. Yeah, let's give Iran money. Over the weekend, we learned that the Pentagon wants $82 million to make what is already the biggest bunker buster bomb ever bigger. The bomb is needed, officials say, to dig deep underground and hit Iranian nuclear facilities. This is a tacit reminder that the president that far failed to achieve his principal goal with respect to Iran, bringing its nuclear weapons program to a halt. Obama has hurt the regime with tightened sanctions, but not enough to change its behavior. The president used divisive, bare-knuckle tactics, shoving the health care law down the throats of anyone in their way. Did you heard something about Obama talking about Iran yesterday? Why they don't say about this? I think these are important. What do you think? Number 5, and I'm just gonna do 5. I'm not gonna do 6, 7, or 8. I'm just gonna do 5. Jamming through healthcare reform. Did he talk about this? And last week, let me say right here, the president spent most of his political capital in his first year in office on health care, which he saw as a defining issue of his presidency. Aside from lingering questions over the constitutionality of the law's central provision, the Supreme Court will likely rule this summer, this is an old article, whether the government can mandate that all Americans have health care insurance, and questions about how much the program may cost. Obama did himself and the Democratic Party an immense damage in terms of how the bill was passed. Thank you so much to LD. Thank you so much. I just mentioned 5 little things about how your ex-president, Barack Obama, is, on a pedestal yesterday, talking about that he delivered the greatest economy to Donald Trump. And not to talk about the things that I just mentioned. Why you didn't say nothing, Obama, about the 90,000 kids that you disappeared in 2014 and the cages that you made for all these children to separate their families and put them in cages? Why you didn't talk about Fast and the Furious? how you infested our country of Mexico and fed the cartel of Cartel Jalisco CGNG, Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación, and you fed the H2 cartel, and also you fed the cartel of Sinaloa and cartel of Golfo. Why do you say that you are the president in history that bombed more the Middle East? Why do you say that you're the #1 president in history that deported more Latinos and Mexicans in history of the United States of America? But you're black. You're supposed to be our friend, right? Because you're colored. You're black like this, right? Oh my God, Oscar Blue is so racist, right? But there you go on a pedestal speaking about how, the president of the United States of America, Donald Trump, he's so narcissist and he's not doing a good job, and you were expecting more from him, right? Who are you to expect more when you had just mentioned this kind of stuff? How do you justify yourself with this kind of things? How do you justify yourself? I want to know if you can justify yourself with this. Can you? And now the debate is coming up. I think it's today, if I'm not mistaken. The debate is coming up, and they're going to have muted mic due to the fact that they don't want Donald Trump to defend himself. And, of course, they're going to have timing, and they're going to mute the mic for him to not be speaking, and for them to have control over him, not over the two candidates. Don't lie, it's just over Trump. Because if he gets attacked in this debate, he's going to defend himself like he did on the first one. But you guys are not basically, understanding that the man is being attacked at every comment, at every statement that everybody's making. Thank you so much, Starlit Equinox. Thank you so much. God bless you for your $10 contribution. Super chat is on the bottom for people who want to donate. It's amazing, people. Today is a debate. Be sure to tune in later on in my page if you guys are not watching the debate somewhere else. America's Voice News will have the platform that we work for. Will have this live debate in our platform for you guys to watch. If you guys want to watch it on our platform or in America's Voice News. I encourage you to go to a good platform like America's Voice News. What do you think the debate is going to be? I have said so many times that when it comes to international relations and when it comes to international problems, Joe Biden is going to be defeated like you don't even imagine. The only defense that the left Democrats, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have is the pandemic and Black Lives Matter division. That's it. They're not going to talk about what's going on in Venezuela. They're not going to talk about what is going on in Nicaragua. They're not going to talk about what is going on in Cuba. They're not going to talk about what is going on in Russia. They're not going to talk about what is going on in China. They're not going to talk about how, Russian military is in the borders of Venezuela and also in the borders of Venezuela with Colombia and Venezuela with on the south with Brazil. They're not going to talk about the sanctions that there are on the Chinese Sea with the 3.7 trillion of trade. They're not going to talk about the infected COVID measures that they're taking in Europe and how COVID is traveling from Europe to the continent of America. They're not going to talk about how they're going to stop that. They're not going to talk about how. Really? If I had a question in that moderator panel, I will have this question for Joe Biden due to the fact that he loves China. He loves China and the Chinese model. I will have this question for Joe Biden. The virus generated in the country of China. Thank you so much, Tricky Bicky. Thank you so much. Yeah, she says, for your donation, $5 contribution, says, Obama earned the title of deporter-in-chief. They're deporting over 2 million Mexicans. Debate will be Biden defense. Keep him from debating issues. Yes. Now, I will ask this question to Joe Biden. I will say this, Mr. Candidate Joe Biden, Germany has reported -10 on their gross domestic product since the pandemic. Spain has reported -8. Italy has reported -10. Mexico, in the next year, they're planning to be reporting -12. The UK is reporting -12. The United States of America is reporting -10. Can you answer me this question? Why the only country in the world that is reporting plus 3.2 on the gross domestic product is China, and it's where the virus originated? How they have accomplished that? I want to know how. How in the hell the country that originated this virus, to not be that transparent and that specific, right? But to put it in more folkloric language, how in the hell China, that created this virus, has a plus 3.2 GDP, and all the world has a -10, -8, -12 on the GDP? How the world is collapsing economically, and how China is not. China is the greatest economy. Yeah, communist. Royalty 1% and the poor. Ask a Chinese person why they're exiling all the time. Because China is so great that they just don't have any space for so much greatness? I believe so, huh? It's so much greatness that there's so much greatness that I want to rub all this greatness on some other country, so that's why I'm exiling. That's why. In a debate of the two presidential candidates, they're supposed to be discussing foreign policy. My God, yes, they have to. The United States of America has power all around the world. They are a world provider. Imagine if they don't touch what is going on in Venezuela, because they're applying sanctions and they are blocking them from getting supplies. Their relationship with China, they have to talk about that. The international trade, which before Trump and the administration of Obama, it was a 500 billion trade of favor of China, and 1 billion of 100 billion in favor of the United States of America. Of course they got to touch that. Of course they got to talk about the vaccine, how the only country that has the third phase and already finished the vaccine is Russia. So they have to know if it's going to be trustworthy to buy that vaccine from Sputnik 5, that is the name of the vaccine. And now that AstraZeneca and Modern Industries can't find the cure in the United States of America, they need to talk about that also, and how they're going to influence the world to help the world, because they're a provider of the world, they're a leader of the world. It's not the United States of America in a bubble and we are America and that's it, we don't get out, don't touch us. No, you're a provider to the world. That's why you're a leader. You depend on international commerce. That's what makes America great. The people in the interior of the country, but their international relations that they have. That's what makes America great. The people and the international relations that they have. The commerce, the importing and exporting. You'll be playing debate, Oscar? If I will be playing the debate in America's Voice News, they will be sharing it on my platform. So, Crazy, already, I just found you, and I'm so glad I did. Thank Jesus. Shows that the rallies, guys, is amazing. God bless you. God bless you also, and thank you for following. Thank you so much. So it is really important, the foreign policies, the international relations, the international affairs. That's what makes America's economy run. It's not just the interior, no. It's what America exports and imports. Sports, music, all that. It's the most important thing. Tootless Bulldog says, Oscar, I found your channel the other day, and I think you're doing a good job spreading the truth. Thank you so much. God bless you. So I'm about to leave now. God bless you guys. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining. Follow my page in Facebook as Oscar L. Blue, and also you can subscribe to my channel as Oscar L. Blue, and you can become a member in my channel to receive exclusive content in Oscar L. Blue. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero, in YouTube. And also you can follow him at Facebook as Real Anthony Agüero. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, peace and love, everybody, because always your country's first.